Hey guys, Dal here from Dal's Rigging and Crane Tips. On today's episode, before today's episode, Tigers won the grand final just like I said. Canberra Raiders didn't, so I'm 1 for 2. So if you want any betting tips, man, come holler at your boy. Anyway, on today's episode, Brothers of the Hook, Crane Tip fam, 2 blocking. I'm a man of the people. I listen to the people. The people want to know about 2 blocking, so I'm going to give it to you, alright? 2 blocking. 2 blocking is when the hook goes up to the top of your boom and your 2 block device doesn't stop it, and it can go up, smash pins off, smash your rope. It can do all this type of damage. But let's not just listen to me talking about it with my hands. Let's go out onto the field and have a look, bruv. Let's have a look, alright? Let's go. Alright guys, so here we got just a standard Franner, 25 ton Franner. Now, this thing here is an anti-2 block device. This is the anti-2 block device. It's got a bit of weight on it. The weight pulls this lever down. When the hook comes up too high, it will take the weight off. See that little lever moving up there? Look, I'll do it again. It'll take the weight off. That electrical signal will cut out the computer there and it'll stop your hook from coming up. So once it hits there, takes a little bit of weight off, boom, you can't winch up anymore. Now, if you didn't have one of these, that hook would keep going up, bang, hit that, keep going up. Either this boom will get bent back, or these wires will rip out, or it will come up and smash this rhino hook off. Alright? So it'll do a lot of damage if we don't have that there. But now, with Franners, you can't, if I pull this up and hit that, it's got a compensator in it. So you can't actually 2 block a Franner. You can't actually damage it. Once a certain amount of weight gets up on there, the compensator kicks in and it won't let it pull up anymore and smash your ropes and do anything like that. Alright? So that's for a Franner. Now, if you've got the 3rd section out on a Franner, you can 2 block it. The compensator doesn't work. So be very mindful of that. First 2 sections, 1-2 sections, you can come up, you can't 2 block it. 2 blocking, I've already explained it. If you have the 3rd section out, you can. And you'll notice that when you boom out on a Franner, this hook doesn't come up. On any other crane, if you boom out, the hook comes up with it because you're booming out, the rope gets tighter. This has a compensator, so it doesn't. But when the 3rd section comes out, the hook starts coming up. All right. Now let's go to a Slew Crane, and I'll show you 2 blocking and the dangers of it there. All right. All right, guys. Here's a Slew Crane. I'm positioned this way because I don't want to get any labels of companies in it. I can't do that, so this is a pretty good view. Look, baby hook. This is a 2 block device here, alright? It's up at the moment because the hooks are up, and this is a device here. See? So the weight's off it. I can pull this down, and that's what it'd be like. So as soon as that goes up, as soon as your hook touches this, it stops your hooks in the operator's cab, so you can't winch up anymore. Once it hits that weight, you can't winch up anymore. Now, main hook, all right? Main hook. Here's the anti-2 block device, all right? And that's hooked up to the top of the boom there, all right? Okay. So once that hook goes up, so if we didn't have these devices, this hook here would keep going up. If you're not watching what you're doing, the hook will come up to this thing here, it will get wedged in here, and this sign's good for 10 ton of pressure on this pin pops out, and it pops out at such a force people have had their small hook go right over the back of the boom and come down, and this pin up here, it might catch it, or another one up there might catch it before it comes hurtling down to your crane, but it's really dangerous. So these anti-2-block devices, a great idea before you start doing your lifts is just make sure they're working. Bring your hook up, hit the weight off, so this actuator comes off, and if it stops your hook, it's working. All right? If it stops your hook, it's working. Let's look at another one. All right, here we've got another crane, all right? A lever, the anti-2-block device. It's got a weight, the weight's connected to a chain, and then we've got the anti-2-block device here, all right? All right, so if that hook comes up, hits the weight comes off, it goes to the 2-block device, your winch in the cab will stop working, all right? But imagine if you didn't have this weight, this anti-2-block device. Your hook would come up, and if you weren't watching, it would hit all these sheaves, or just smash into these sheaves. They all got bearings in it, so you'll wipe out 4 or 5 of these sheaves, or even come up, it might whack this pin off here, you know, and it'll keep going up until that's smashed. Maybe the ropes would bust, and the hook falls down onto your riggers. It's just a nightmare. It'll probably just keep going up, because that rope's good for 10 or so ton. It'll just be a nightmare, the amount of damage you would do. So it's always important to test that these are working. When it's hanging down before you start lifting, come up on the hook, take the weight off that, test that it's testing, all right? So there we have it, 2-blocking. 2-blocking is when, I think 2-block because you call your hook block, and then you've got the top of your boom, which is, I guess, another block. So 2 blocks hit each other, 2-blocking, and then you've got an anti-2-block device. So that's it. 2-blocking is when the hook comes up, hits the top of your boom, and damages stuff. All right. Franner, you can't 2-block it on 2 sections. You can on your 3rd. All right. In all slew cranes, you can 2-block it. All right. But you've got an anti-2-block device which stops you doing that, which is great. But if it's faulty, it won't stop you, and you could smash up. So always make sure that 2-block's working if you're operating. You know, always be aware. And even if you're rigging and he gets up there, just like make sure, you know, if he hits it, it will stop his winch. But you never know. So, you know, you're getting quite close to your 2-block there, mate. Just letting you know. And then the crane driver will be like, yeah, oh, cheers, man, yeah. Especially if he can't see the end of his boom. So that's it. 2-blocking covered. Now I'm going to get through some more videos. Sorry, I've been a bit slack, been a bit busy. I don't know. But anyway, that's for you guys, brothers of the hook, Crane Tip fam. Like this video, subscribe here. Dell's Rigging and Crane Tips. Yeah.